So, you've heard the awful noises it makes. Well, let me show you this. Take a look at the oil. Get a fairly clean paper towel here. There's a clean spot. And first of all, you can see that oil is very black, but it's maybe a little hard to tell through the camera, but looking at it in person here, I can see little bits of metal glinting in the sun. Let's take it out here. See if you can see that. I see them right there. Okay, metal in your oil is bad. Okay? So yeah. Let's do that one more time. Also appears to be low. Low and very dirty. And that's bad. Okay, engines don't like that. Yeah, there we go. You can see right there. Little sparklies. Sparklies are bad. Okay. Well, we go into this thing, drain the oil into a pan, and actually can leave that up, I guess. And we'll see what that looks like. Okay. Boy. Alright. Tiny little oil pan here. Now we get a light on for us. I usually drain it into a closed pan, but I want to take a good look at it and see what kind of disgusting crud comes out of here. So, and by crud, I guess I mean metal. Okay. So far, it just looks like, ooh. Yeah, see all that line? That silver line? That's probably not good. Yummy. Oof. Huh. Looks like an oil spill on the ocean, doesn't it? Ew. Alright, well, I think I'm going to take off, I'll take off that bearing cap and see what things look like under there. And I guess I'll just play it by ear from there. Maybe I'll take off these two. I don't know. Yeah, now I'll take it as one and see what it looks like. Let's see if I can move my hand. Oh, God. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Let's see. How about this one? Okay. Can't do it with that one. Well, I didn't think it was going to be this screwed up. Let's go on this end here. Oh, not that one. Not that one. Oh, dipstick. Get out of here, dipstick. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, so I guess I think that's the only one that moves to that extent. That's, I mean, you can see light through it. There is no bearing left there. That is bad. Yeah. All right. Let's get this cap out of here. Hey, there we go. bolt looks normal. Not that that means anything at all. Okay. Let's see what we got under here. I don't know. Okay. The bearing is completely gone. Yeah. So that's kind of messed up. Oh, motor oil dripping in my hair. Cool. Wow, look at that. That's the bearing. Well, what's left of the bearing. Holy moly. Look at that thing, huh? Yeah, boy, that's one hell of a thing there. So I did a little bit more investigating here. I took the oil pickup out of the way just because it was blocking everything, and it was full of metal. And I took this off to see what one of these journals is supposed to look like. And you can see it's supposed to have these grooves that are uniformly going around the outside. And you can see over here, they just kind of taper off. Now, these are tri-metal bearings, which is like copper and lead and iron, or copper and aluminum and iron, or something, I don't know. But I've seen with aluminum bearings on small engines where they just deposit all this bearing material onto the crankshaft, and I was sort of hoping it might be a similar situation, and maybe these grooves are just filled with bearing material. But you can see from scraping at it, I can't even scratch it, which means that this is the crankshaft, which means that the rod, from knocking and spinning around with that bearing, it just ground away the connecting or the journal here, and this groove is gone. Those grooves are gone. They're long gone. They're history, man. So, which is too bad, because I was sort of hoping that maybe I could, take out the bearing if it's a spun bearing, put in a new set of bearings, and just see how it goes, But no, that means that my bearing proposal is fucked because of this. So that's not happening. This engine is done, and it's going to need a rebuild, which I probably won't do because I don't really care for this version of the 3.8. It's kind of a piece of shit. The 1988.5 and up 3800 engine is much more refined in many ways, and I'll probably swap one of those into here if I can figure out how to do that, or maybe a third thing. I don't know. Another thing this is one of the first things I noticed is this is not the right balancer pulley on this engine. It's supposed to be a harmonic balancer, and this is not a harmonic balancer. Look at that. That's just a big old steel pulley. And from what I understood, the harmonic balancer, it's got the rubber insert, which always fails on these engines. Without that being there, the engine has nothing to absorb its vibrations, and this is the pre-balance, the pre-3800 does not have balance shafts, so it runs not as smooth as the newer motors, the newer 3.8s did. So I don't know why this is on here, but it could possibly have contributed to it. I don't really know, but I've heard people say, oh, you can't put these on here because it will eventually damage your motor. So and I can understand the logic behind it, so there may be something to that. There could be a number of contributing factors, though. I think the oil was possibly low, that certainly doesn't help, and who knows what else could be wrong. These older motors had a on the cam gear was nylon, and that's something that GM ended up replacing. But I think the 86, 87 3.8 has basically it's a steel ring with a nylon set of teeth on it, and they shear and wear down, and the thing jumps timing. So I don't know if it's the damage could possibly be because if the timing was off and the stress that was the timing being off was putting on all the cylinders, that can cause bearing damage. It usually happens not so quickly. So according to the guy I bought the car from, he said this happened very quickly. There was no warning signs. He said he started the car up, it made a loud backfire noise, he thought, and then he started it again and it sort of stalled and dieseled out, and then he started it up a third time and it bad a knock. So I don't know, but yeah, this thing is done. Good gravy. My God, that's just shredded. Holy cow. That's what you call a catastrophic bearing failure there. Well, that's a shame.